Hello. Quick overview of the relationship NES has with DeBeers, who are operating in diamond mining, trading and industrial manufacturing. They're the largest diamond company in the world, $5 billion of annual revenue and 85% owned by Anglo-American with 15% owned by the government of Botswana. So for 10 years, NES has been the sustenance partner for DeBeers, working on 25 business IT applications and bespoke application development. One large initiative we've worked on for them was the automation of core diamond sorting and grading. So there's processes which involve catalog management and a pricing tool, which reduces manual processing and inconsistency, improves traceability in the diamond sorting and grading processes. So pretty core business for DeBeers, improving their digital efficiency. Now, the changing nature of the diamond mining and supply chain business has created pressure from producing countries to extract more value out of what is dug out of the ground there. So DeBeers faces continuous challenges to provide more efficient and integrated systems across the supply and retail chain. It needs to deliver increased transparency and vertical integration and transform itself from a monopoly mindset, which has had historically, to becoming a digital business with customer responsive and service mindset. So we'll talk a little bit now about the work we've done as part of the Best Practice Principles initiative with them. It's part of this customer-focused and indeed market-led transformation. And NES has proved itself now a very valuable partner because of our digital expertise and our knowledge from a great many more engagements than the stakeholders at DeBeers are exposed to. NES is helping drive the DeBeers vision by enhancing perceptions of their brand with a customer-centric and design thinking approach to reimagining the entire application portfolio and improving end-to-end process efficiency. We use a truly connected product engineering approach to transform the DeBeers customer experience and indeed their own internal perception of what that means, looking at digital touch points that they've not really had to think about before. NES has been able to improve process efficiency across key business areas by talking to DeBeers stakeholders and important customers in a way that those customers haven't really been spoken to before. There's two areas that we're working on currently in 2017 for site holder visits where their key and valuable customers visit Botswana to actually buy the diamonds. We're now delivering premium content and transparent high quality information for scheduling, viewing and purchasing of the auction diamonds. And for the transparent compliance with the Kimberley process protocols, we're going to show you now the work we've done against them. They became ever more crucial following negative publicity throughout the industry faced when the movie Blood Diamond came out in 2006. And we're going to talk about the challenge that we took on there. So, it's an existing platform, the best practice principles there, and DeBeers needed NES to help them better manage it and therefore their compliance across the entire production supply chain. It involves improving the process, understanding it, and improving the process and workflows to help address inquiries that come into them periodically from the press or regulators which hold up DeBeers. Are they indeed an exemplar who does not deal with suppliers using child labor or laundering money across borders, for example, because that's the scrutiny they're under. This initiative was all about using digital techniques and tools to make the process much more seamless, intuitive, transparent, and indeed digital inside DeBeers. So we've picked out here something that showcases an example of what we do inside our Discover and Envision approach at the start of an engagement, where NES is doing research to collect insights throughout from stakeholders and customers to validate the best approach and prioritize what needs to be done. In collaboration with our customer there. We've shown here a Kano model where we're mapping the benefits to the business and internal users, which is this business value axis on Y here, against technical complexity, easy to do, hard to do, across the X-axis. And this is an example of a way we collaborate to assign weighted priority to each requirement so that we can start to implement, test and release the most valuable and useful features first. And I'm showing you here the blue dots, which with my cursor, highlighting areas that are business critical and therefore of the highest importance. Once we concluded the research phase and we're able to explain the process and the roadmap, we take it into our delivery center where it became the engineers took the lead, supported by the design team in London. The delivery team was in Mumbai here. And we're all about implementing the roadmap. As you see here from some of the statistics on this dashboard, 17 sprints of 2 weeks each, team size up to 28 at some point, 2 or 3 designers, up to 20 developers, and usually around 5 or 6 testers working together as a tightly integrated cross-functional team, so that every 2 weeks DeBeers was able to see the value being delivered by Ness transparently and validated by all the participants on the Ness side. So pretty good story of how much value was released in 6 months, 274 stories across 3 releases, ultimately a product the customer's very happy with. We have a 1 minute 20 video here showcasing the process and how we saw it inside Ness. To finish off, we'll show you what the tool looks like here, and crucially some feedback from the product owner at DeBeers, who called this release, the first release in fact, a fantastic minimum viable product, super functional, sustainable, incredibly user-friendly. And it's actually transformational for DeBeers. What used to be a significant internal twice-yearly headache with long hours and intense manual effort has become seamless, transparent, and stress-free. A business process here has been redesigned, and all those involved now have a modern tool to help them do their work. Reports that took weeks to generate and validate now take a matter of days, and DeBeers is able to prove the quality of its diligence and its Know Your Customer protocols in adhering to the Kimberley process and the concept of best practice principles. 2017 sees the digital partnership between Ness and DeBeers going from strength to strength.